We are now live.
Yes, the senior decided to finally go out for it. Yeah. Since joined the team. If I never have to send another email in my life.
I hope she's not watching right now.
Where's my gavel? I'm powerless. Meeting's canceled. I got no hammer.
Make your big, those big clubs of yours. Yeah.
20 seconds.
All right. We're live, Robin?
What's it?
That's everything's live, ready to go?
I'm gonna ask that we keep the aisle clear, because it is an exit, so it's three chairs, we put it on the other side or somehow, maybe over there, so we can keep the exit for you, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, okay.
Always the code enforcer. All right. All right, I don't have a gavel today, so I'm gonna use my fist. Call to order of the September 11th, 2025 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. We have 4 items on the agenda tonight. The first is 11 Vinebrook. Number 2 is 9 Lapani. Number 3 is 363 Hudson Street. And 4 is 195 Hudson Street. Let's start with Vinebrook Avenue. The applicant is seeking an area variance approval for the construction of a 1-story addition plus a basement to the detached single-family dwelling. The following area variances are requested from Article 3, Section 172-8C1, SR District Setback Requirement. Lot area, they're required to have 15,000 square feet. The existing is 10,000 square feet, and the proposed is 10,000 square feet. That's an existing non-conforming.
Don't you say the Pledge of Allegiance before you start your meetings?
We're just kind of trying to,
You know,
Get this
we have
going.
the flag here, you don't say the Pledge of
okay, well,
Allegiance?
we're holding the meeting, so please take a seat.
You don't, I'm
The-
flabbergasted.
Okay. There will be,
I'm used to coming to meetings and you really should say the
Okay.
Pledge of Allegiance.
this is also for a front yard variance.
So
They're
you're
required to have a
fine.
30-foot setback. The existing is 9 feet, and the proposed is 21.5 feet. It's also a variance for the side yard. They're required to have a 35-foot setback. The existing is 72.7 feet, and they're proposing a 29.2-foot setback. Would the applicant like to present their proposal?
Yeah, my name is Tommy Whalen. I'm with Burns and Whalen Contractors. I'm representing Aaron Conley, the applicant, and Carlos Otero. As you stated, Kevin, we're here for 3 variances. The proposed addition is 43 feet by 32'6". The front yard currently is at 9 feet, and we're proposing 21.5 feet to set the addition, step it back from the existing house. The right side, we're proposing, like you said, 27.2 feet setback, when the requirement is 35 feet. We have a grandfathered lot here. The lot size is 100 by 100, which of course is 10,000 square feet. The newer code specifies 15,000 square feet. So we're looking to also get the area variance, because we only have the 10,000. That's, of course, we can't change that. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, what we're looking to get approved and what we're proposing tonight.
Correct. So right now, currently it's 2-story residence.
That's correct.
Addition's gonna be a 1-story.
1 story.
Addition. And currently the house looks like it's 9 feet from the property, from front property
Yes.
line.
Yeah.
And then very close to the side yard property lines, 2 feet.
Right, that's all existing, 2 feet to the property line on the left side.
And then on the other side, there's a large setback at 70.7 feet to the
Right,
property
and
line.
that's the direction we're proposing to go, and it's the only direction we can go.
And then rear setback is not a non-issue, that's 45 feet.
How big will the deck be, the proposed deck?
12 by 20,
12 by 20? So does that impact the setback?
12
it-
by 21'6". No, it won't impact the rear yard at all. We have 47 feet or so, I believe.
Yep, okay.
It's really the combined side
Yes,
that we're
The
dealing with.
left side and the
The
combined.
35 feet and 27.
27, right.
And where it says the existing setback is 9 feet, that's from the front property line to the existing structure.
That's correct, yeah, from the village pavement, right,
To the current house.
Now, the new
Current house.
structure will be 21 and a half feet.
that's correct. So it's gonna be jog, step back, just to
Yeah.
aesthetically make it look better too.
How about pavement? Is that, it looks like there's a gravel drive on the drawing. Is
Yeah.
that existing or is it new?
That's existing in front of the part of the addition, that the screen and porch that's coming down. We're proposing to take down because needs to be.
But that's it, there's no more, are you adding any hardscape at all? Like a driveway or anything like that?
Not that I know of, not at this time.
It looks like currently there are a couple of parking places for the home.
That's correct. That was another reason we wanted to keep it step back, so, because a normal car is 17 feet in length, and they only have 9 existing, so we wanted to step it back so we could continue that existing parking there.
Okay, that was my question, just that there wouldn't be, we're not pushing any cars onto the street for parking.
No, we're keeping them off.
Great.
How about drainage? Just standard, you have, I imagine, a pitched roof with metal gutters, meters?
Yeah, there's a drawing here. You can see the way the roof is pitched. So we're gonna have obviously gutters and leaders, and we could drain it onto our own property. We do get neighbor drainage currently onto the property, so. that-
Yeah. You don't wanna shoot this back over there?
That's it, regarding the drain, like, I mean, the biggest concern would be, where the setbacks are.
Yeah, we'll maintain any drainage onto our property. We might need to put a dry well in if necessary, we'll do that.
Just kind of, how many square feet is the addition? It's
1,178.
It's about 10%. 11%, right? Because the whole thing's 10,000.
Yeah, it's 20,
10,000 square feet for the lot.
For the lot, yeah. So that piece is,
development coverage proposed is 25.9%.
right.
We're allowed 35%. So, yes,
It's the.
we're allowed 10, yeah.
Any trees coming down at all? Modification of the landscape? Any grading you have to do?
No, just when we dig a hole for the foundation, there's gonna be a little bit of dirt.
Yeah.
Most of it's, the contour already is conducive to having a garage in there, so there's not much, we don't wanna go any lower because of the existing drainage as it is.
Yeah, I'm not completely familiar with the topography of the lot, but is it sloped or is it
Yeah,
flat?
it's sloped down from that gravelled area you're seeing on the survey.
Mhm.
So it does slope down.
Does it go
But again,
towards
most of it's gonna,
Vinebrook, or
excuse me,
do you know which direction? Does it go towards Vinebrook or?
it goes towards Payson Road, Dennis Street,
Okay.
or Dennis Place, whatever it is, that short little street.
Maybe now would be a good time to open it up to the public.
Yeah,
If,
open up the public comment for.
yeah, do we have a motion for that?
I'll move that we open for public comment.
Second.
Anyone would like to voice any opinions against or for?
Levin Vinebrook, nobody? All right, you can close the public hearing then if you're ready.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Seconded.
Okay. Additional questions, concerns?
No.
Would like to make a motion?
We'll move that we approve the variance as requested.
Yeah. So,
So I'll move that we approve the variances as requested.
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The motion passes and the variances are granted. This is a type 2 under secret, so don't have to do anything there. You're all set.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I do with my agenda. please. Okay, item number 2 is 9 Lapani Lane. The applicant is seeking an area variance approval for the installation of an accessory recreational structure in the rear yard of the detached single-family dwelling. The following area variance is requested from Article 7, Section 172-38F, accessory buildings, structures and use requirement. The floor area is for an accessory building. Required 400 square feet or 10% of the floor area of the main building. Existing, there's no accessory buildings, and they are proposing a 700 square foot accessory building. Would the applicant like to present their request, proposal?
Hello, I'm Ina Krabatsky, and this is my husband, Michael Bauman. We are the property owners. We are asking for the variance for the accessory building. This was not a planned thing. The opportunity kind of presented itself. The accessory building in question is actually it was part of a restaurant in Brooklyn that had to be taken down. So it was offered to us, and we have the backyard area to erect it, so we're asking for the variance to be able to build it. We have pictures of the yard, so you can actually see in that top one, that yellow square is exactly where it's staked out to go.
Okay, so the top
Yeah.
left-hand
You
corner?
can bring it over to them if they want.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, please.
And, okay.
Do you have a site plan of the property? Just trying to figure out where it's,
In relation to.
There's a
like-
survey. There's a survey with the proposed structure of where it's put.
So it appears to be above Boulevard. I mean, Lapani is behind and above Boulevard coming off of
Yes.
Mountain.
Yeah, the front yard butts against Mountain.
Yeah.
The back is kind of like all Lapani with a little bit.
Mhm.
It's a odd shaped lot.
Yeah, no, it's,
okay, so it's in, you're proposing for it to be sited in the backyard.
Yes.
I'm trying to get an idea of the neighboring lots and homes. I know you're facing Mountain Road,
Technically, yeah, the house faces
Come down.
Mountain Road. The other house is
set back quite a ways. And then there, it's kind of an odd lot. So you have
the
Lapani
lot is
Lane
like a
comes
tear shed.
down, and then you have a separate driveway which kind of parallels
Yes.
Lapani.
Correct.
like a J
Yeah.
shape.
So this comes down, and then, so as you're going down Lapani, you're on the left, on the
Yes.
Yes.
the south side of Lapani. And then on the other side, there's several buildings. It's an apartment building that's there?
No, there is one in the back, yeah, there's,
Yeah, I think it's
Two.
14 Lapani is it's a converted house that's got 4 units in it. And then behind us, 15,
15.
like our neighbors, direct
Mhm.
Young's, is a single dwelling. And then the Sampsons across Lapani.
Okay.
So the Sampsons actually would be the ones who are most impacted, and Kate's here.
Right, so your
support.
backyard is facing,
Correct.
adjoining another home.
yes,
That's 15 Lapani, is that right?
15.
15?
No. Oh,
Young's.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
15.
yes, 15.
So I'm not checking my email, I'm looking up on
Yeah.
Google Earth to get,
get a better view.
get a idea of where the other houses are there.
So to get to 15 Lapani, do they come around your backyard? Around
Their
the,
driveway like, I think that's the,
It kind of loops around. So the way I describe the lot, I've always described the lot is it's a teardrop.
okay.
Okay, so if you go from up the Pawnee, you would hook around that teardrop, hooking to the left. So there's a fork in the road that goes up where
Okay.
the apartments are.
Yep.
And there's a private driveway that 15 Lapani has.
That's that gravel.
Yes. gravel.
Okay. So they loop around. So they would come past the pavilion
Yes, they would.
to their left as they're coming into
Yes.
their property. Okay.
Correct.
Is there there's a pad? Are you building a pad for that gazebo, or is it going to be
It's
setting
gonna
on
be
the
on block.
ground, or
it's
how
gonna
is-
be, on, what are they called? The blocks, like the same thing the deck is on, the cement. Footings, thank
right.
you, thank you. We're gonna,
So you're not pouring a pad?
No.
for that?
no,
What's the plan for it? The pavilion,
They
like
would plan, right?
ultimately, what's the use for?
oh, just a recreational kind of outdoor hangout space. Like, we're not planning to enclose it more than, the bottom railing that comes with it. So it's gonna be basically,
Entertaining.
yeah, entertaining.
Will it have electricity?
Not at this point. If we do decide to run electricity at some point, we'll file the plans with the buildings department. Right now, the ask is just for the variance to erect the pavilion.
So this was, I assume, it was outdoor dining for a restaurant.
Probably,
Yes.
yeah.
Give me an idea how many people it sat?
I believe what the plans say, it seats 50, or the capacity is 50. That's actually on the drawings that we got for it. But that was to be set up as a dining area. We're planned to,
Yes. How about, I know I don't know specifically your lot, but I know that area it's coming down from the mountains. It's, any gradings required? Do you have to flatten the lawn or
So we're not
landscape at all?
We're not planning to do that. When we put the pavilion up, we do want to actually add, it's not in the plans right now, gutters and put those into rain catchment. We've got the tall grasses anyway. The property kind of slopes down in all directions and there's like tall wetlands that catch that anyway. But because we're adding a roof, I'd rather actually try to capture that and reuse it for like the plants we're gonna put around it.
So right now, you don't have a plan for drainage. It just has the roof. Everything's gonna be shed directly from the roof to grade.
We're gonna add gutters to capture what sheds off the roof. It's not on the plans, but when we put the roof up.
And so it's 700 square feet.
It's 20 by 35.
Do you have any other plans for, I mean, I know there's some concerns about drainage in that area. Just given the location from the mountain, and then you're adding a roof, which is, impermeable, instead of grass, which would allow for percolation. Is there any plans to add anything like a landscape element to kind of mitigate,
Yeah, I mean,
drainage problems?
like I said, there's actually a decent amount of like the wild landscaping that's there now that does a really good job of the draining. It's the tall grasses on either side of the yard, so we're not touching that. We will actually around the kind of the perimeter of it, especially closer to the house. I plan to do planters, with like whatever, spices, vegetables, whatnot, that will help. And actually, that's what I want to redirect the water off the roof for, is to feed that. So,
do you have any idea how the site drainage works right now? Like in terms of your yard, does it go down Lapani? Does it go down your driveway?
I don't, so for the backyard, I don't think that, there is definitely stuff that goes down Lapani. I don't know that it comes from our yard because those side grasses actually capture a decent amount of it. And they take up maybe 20% of the yard, like that back corner. And Kate can talk to it. They never, like their house, which is directly across the pond from ours, they never get any water from the backyard.
All right.
How tall will it be?
15 feet, 9 inches.
You have a 2-story home there?
Yes.
currently?
Motion to open the public comments.
Seconded.
Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to add anything?
Hi.
If you could just state your name and your address,
I'm
please.
Andy Diaglo. It's my wife Joyce. We live at 56 Mountain, downstream of the house. Now, I say downstream for a good reason. There's a history here, and I'm going to go into that a little bit. In 2012, or thereabouts, approximately 800 trees were cut down on that property. 800 is a large number. There was a dense canopy of trees that absorbed the rain pretty effectively. We weren't really affected by runoff from that property. 800 also is a big number, and to understand that's trees of various sizes, from 1 inch up to 36 inches in diameter. So a lot of trees came down. And with that, a lot of water started flowing. Now, I don't know if anybody on the board has been up to view the property, but if you go up there, one of the first landmarks that you'll see is a series of sandbags on the right-hand side of Lapani that, as you go up, are meant to divert the water that crosses Lapani Lane and into the 2 adjoining properties on the other side of the road. So I'm in the blue house out the corner of Mountain and Lapani. Well, to make a long story short, there was a lot of litigation. The village was involved in this. It's probably in your record somewhere. The long and short of it is a number of engineering improvements were made on that lot to mitigate that flow that have been somewhat successful. Presence of the sandbags indicates that it wasn't totally effective. But my first question is, without some sort of engineer's report, and this is a sensitive area, it affects 4 downstream properties, downstream literally, because that when the water is flowing, I've got YouTube videos up and everything. You can look at the extent of the water. It's torrential. When that happens, when any changes are made, I think that there should be some sort of engineer. I mean, we're talking what, $300 or $400 here to get a report on how much the groundwater runoff will change, because it's not all being absorbed. It funnels down into the front yard of the property. There's a sort of a funnel-shaped area that vectors the water flow. So you basically have a pond, or sort of, that pushes water down. And the first engineering change that was made was to put in an underground drainage system there, which directs the water up toward Mountain Road and away from our house, because our backyard was underwater, our basement was underwater, et cetera, et cetera. So that part seems to be working. Then up above that funnel on the left-hand side of Lapani in the yard, there was a 2-foot trench that was cut, which looks like it's more or less filled in now. I can't really tell from my vantage point, but that was supposed to collect the water and send it downhill. I don't think it's working anymore. If Serena were here, she could say how much. I mean, we actually saw one of our neighbors get washed over by the floodwater. And literally, she fell, the water pushed her over, she was flailing around in the water, had trouble getting up, eventually got up, got into her house,
And the sandbags appeared.
and then the sandbags appeared the next week. But there's a lot of, it's a sensitive area, there's a lot of floodwater there, a lot of runoff. And I think my major concern is without some, I think I understand. Now, they're saying that the gazebo will be on the western side of the house, which is not the Mountain Road side, but the other side of the house. I can't really tell the front and the back.
It's on the far,
The far, yeah.
opposite the house from
So,
Mountain
but
Road.
still, you're putting a roofed structure in, that's gonna change things, and it might not be a lot, but because of the amount of the flow, not a lot could be a lot. So I have real concerns here. I think in order to allay the concerns, I think we'd like to see an engineer's report on the runoff. I don't think it's something that anybody can just kind of look at and just kind of say what's going on. I mean, we have a guy
That did it,
that
that
did it for
designed
us.
it.
Yeah, that did it for us. They're not hard to find. Willingham Engineering, where is he in?
New Paltz.
In New Paltz, yeah. They're pretty good. There's a lot of them around, but I just don't think I don't think it's an ethical thing to do to just say, okay, we know this is a sensitive area, let's grant a large waiver for, 700 feet, is it? That's pretty big. And could change things. So that's the main concern that we have. Do you have anything that I missed?
Well, it was years of litigation to get it fixed last time. There were 3 properties involved. It went up through the courts.
4 houses.
And then back again, back up through Superior Court. Willingham came in and designed it. It appears that the part farther up closer, the part down near Mountain Road is working very well. But a lot of water comes down. It literally jumps like you're at Niagara Falls. The area up closer to the front of their house, it doesn't appear to be working because it just rushes down Lapani Lane at our end. And it's starting to grow again. I know we've had some really bad rains, but it was a very expensive, long, drawn-out affair getting that fixed. And now we're kind of sitting here looking at it's starting to be a problem again, and now you want to put a roof over a 700 square foot structure. That's asking for a problem for the rest of us. We're the ones who get the water.
Mhm.
They don't get the water further up. It's from right behind us down and across our yard into 54 Mountain Road as well.
Can I just ask you, you're on Mountain Road, just to
Yes, at
get
the
an
corner
idea
of
of
Blue
your,
House,
are you at the corner of Lapani
Lapani and
and
Mountain,
Okay,
the Blue House.
downhill, I assume.
Yes,
Downstream.
and next to us, it runs through the house behind us, it comes across theirs, and it goes through our yard into the next house. And it also currently is rushing down Lapani. And if you go up there, you can also see it rushes down Mountain from both parts of that house. There's a lot of drainage work that's been done by Willingham, and it's still not sufficient with the change in
I mentioned the year and the timing because we've been here for what,
30 years,
more than that. But prior to that time frame,
no problem.
there was no problem at all. It was the removal of the forest canopy which changed the drainage on that site. So I know it's not the current owner's fault. I'm not trying to pass blame to them at all. This happened before them. And it was a dramatic change. I mean, I have a bunch of YouTube videos up if one wanted to see the extent of the water flow. It's shocking.
So maybe if I could,
Our name there, I'm sorry, it is recorded in the state because it was a lawsuit.
so if I could maybe jump in here. So typically the board doesn't refer variance applications to the village engineer because some applications require site plan approval, in which case the planning board reviews things like drainage. Single-family homes and accessory structures don't require site plan approval. So the code is implicitly saying that You don't have to take into consideration these kinds of things for single-family homes and accessory structures. If the board feels strongly that, in this particular case, referring it to the village engineer is warranted, you could do that. I would say keep in mind what you're reviewing here. It's not so much the pavilion itself, it's just that variance from however many square feet it could be to 700. So I guess ask yourselves the question, is that increase by itself, does that have the potential to create some kind of drainage issue that you believe would be worth sending to the village engineer to review?
Well, I'm gonna take exception with that comment. I'm gonna add that
Look at the village board.
I don't think that unless one had a PE and one were a civil engineer and one were capable of doing groundwater flow rate calculations, they have software for that, it's all very straightforward textbook stuff. I would say that referring it to the village engineer is inappropriate.
Well, that's the only option.
Well,
That's the village,
is that person a trained engineer?
oh, absolutely, they're a professional engineer that regularly works with the planning board and reviews all of their
That may
site.
be. Okay, if they were there the last time, they didn't do a very good job.
Well, a single-family home wouldn't require site plan approval.
It should.
Well, it doesn't.
And it's not just one family, understand, I'm talking about 5 houses.
Right, but any home any single-family home that's developed on one lot doesn't require site plan approval.
How convenient,
That's every municipality.
yeah.
The other thing I was going to ask Manny too, actually, I don't know off the top of my head, does the code have a limit on the number of accessory structures that you can have?
No, only square footage, so
Right.
it cannot trigger us out into the number.
Uh-huh.
If you exceed that 400 square feet, then yeah.
Right, but so in theory, you could have multiple 400 square foot accessory structures and not need a variance then?
That's correct, yeah,
Yeah.
that's specified.
Chop it.
So what you're saying is, really what we have to consider is, it's 689 square feet, so what the impact of the 289 square feet is,
Yeah,
not necessarily the
It's-
whole 689, because the code allows for 400.
yeah.
So-
I mean, technically, the code allows you to have I believe it's the larger of either 400 square feet or 10% of the floor area.
That's 150 square feet for this house, so.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more. It's 400 and something, or 500 and something square feet.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name's Jonathan DeJoy.
And who are you?
I'm the ZBA attorney.
Okay. I also want to say that, that this sort of thing, it is okay, so let's say it's the 300 square feet. Fair enough. But a little, it's inappropriate to say, just because it's 300 square feet, it has no effect.
I don't think anybody said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
said, look at it and see if you really think that 300 square feet is gonna make any difference. We can
Right, that's
get
what
back to
the
table.
board has to consider, because if this structure was under however many square feet they're entitled to, they wouldn't be here. They would be allowed to put it up, and there would be no review. So the board can only look at the variance that's being requested.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to say is we're taking a look at the impact that the variance would have. So anything above and beyond what's allowed by code, what is the
So you're
impact of
going
that?
to determine that that small amount is not going to affect us.
I didn't say that at all.
Say that.
Didn't say that yet.
Okay, the point's very well taken. Is there anyone else in, yes, ma'am? Just a name and address, please.
I'm glad that they made the point that it wasn't Ina and Michael that cut down all those trees. That was long before them, that was long before us. We live in 8 Lapani, right across from them, downhill. We are downhill from them. And I know that we have not had the effect of the water. And it's a long story. When we moved in, we heard the whole thing about everything that had happened. But I just want to say they're good neighbors. I appreciate that they're trying to do it the right way and get the variance. And we would have no problem. We would be the people who would see it the most, because it's a straight shot, because the house is set odd. Most of the houses on Lapani, here's Mountain Road, here's Lapani. And the houses on this side of Lapani are all set facing Lapani. And then their house the guy said it differently and faced mountain, which everybody was upset at the time, that was before us. So we're gonna be looking right at this, cause we look right at the end of their house and this, and I just wanna say, as far as the site of it, we're not concerned. We haven't had a problem with drainage. And perhaps it will be decided that it would be wise for an engineer to look at it, but Ina's really right, the swale that runs along the bottom of their house, I know there are drainage problems from the end of Lapani down to Boulevard, I know that. But I don't think it comes from their backyard going down that way. Now, as far as all the other stuff going down that way, you know, there's been a lot of work done. Because that swale really, it does what meadowlands do along the ocean, and it catches a lot of it. So none of it comes down into our yard, into our downstairs, into our yard.
So just to understand, your house, your property is across the street, across Lapani Lane from basically their backyard,
Yes, from their backyard.
pretty much where they're
From
proposing.
their driveway. We face, like, our house faces their driveway, this, the end of their house, and then their big backyard, where this thing is gonna go.
And you're saying that you've seen, there's runoff problems, but it's not necessarily going across Lapani into your property.
No, and I don't think it's coming from their backyard. I think it's coming from the, well, because you'd see where the roads have washed out in the bad flooding. I think it's coming from the apartment houses at the end, because those are really steep. And so Mr. Foley, you know, who lives down underneath, has done all kinds of work trying to build drains and stuff down. He'd be a good person to ask what he thinks about the drainage, because he really knows that area well.
With all due respect to Kate, I like her, she's a great neighbor. Water does strange things. It's difficult to look and predict and show where it's going by visual inspection. And all I'm saying is, I mean, we'd be perfectly happy if an engineer were to say in a report, there's no effect on your property. You know, that's all I'm looking for. We're talking $500 here. I know, because I've had to do this before. So that's my concern. As I said, I'm not against the structure. I'm not gonna say, oh, no, they're not entitled to do what they wanna do. But it seems to me it would be prudent.
I want to come back to your observation that you're looking directly at it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted, as I'm looking at the plans, you know, we're contemplating a structure that's about the size of this room,
Yeah.
maybe
yeah,
not
it-
as deep, and half again as tall.
Right.
Yes.
And so I'm just, and that, the size of that and its impact on, you know, the neighborhood, that's okay with you as someone who's gonna be viewing it directly?
Well, it really doesn't bother us, and the way the mountain goes up,
Mm-hmm.
their house is set against the mountain, there are huge trees behind it, there's more going up this way and trees up, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be big, but it doesn't bother us, and their house is already big, and this will just be big, but it's all right with us, it doesn't bother us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You did ask about landscaping. We have to fence in the yard. That's not anywhere on what we're asking for, because right now it's also a deer preserve. Like, there are literally herds,
Yes.
20, 30 a day that run through the property. Yes.
Coming to my house.
Yes. So when we do that, we do want to plant so we definitely want to add more landscaping since we moved into the house. We have the 2 trees that we cut down that were dead, not alive. We tried to replace, they're not. We don't want to take anything away. If anything, we want to add more plants because I see with the torrential rains, we don't want to make it worse. If anything, like I said, if we're gonna add a roof, I want the drainage. I actually want to capture that for a garden instead of running, you know, sprinklers or whatever. I'd rather just capture that. So I don't want to make it worse.
In the back, just state your name and address, please.
Elizabeth Youngs, my husband Curtis Youngs, we live at 13 Lapani,
Oh,
so if their house wasn't there, Kate and I would be looking right at each other. Their house is right between us.
they're the private drive, they're the driveway that runs at the back of the property. I thought you were 15, sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to say before 13, but yes, our driveway goes right alongside their backyard, their property. And we use the regular lot there. We don't support her. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. The building, the amount of water that we have there. We don't have a problem with it. We don't feel it will, bother us view. So we just wanted to express our support for her.
And if I could bring back the trees, I definitely would. That's all,
Yes.
I understand his situation downstream. But, hey, if I could bring back the trees, definitely would. That caused some issues down there. But on their end of the yard, I'm not an engineer, but I don't think a roof in the middle of that size of yard that they have is gonna make it better or worse, from what I could see, but I support whatever you guys wanna do, but I support our neighbors, because the Eagle is fine with us. He's promised me bourbon.
Now we have to strike your comments from the. Yes.
I asked Mr. Finn to at least look at the videos that are online about what goes on. I have no problem.
Okay,
with
no,
what it
we're.
looks like, but I do have a problem with water in my house and in my yard.
Yes,
and
no,
as do
your
the
point
other
is
neighbors.
very well taken.
And I'm glad everybody's everybody gets along and it's gonna be pretty, but we're downhill. We're the only people talking to you that are actually downhill and getting the water from that property. We are the people that went through 10 years of litigation with that property.
Yes, I know,
And
we
paid for the
understand,
engineer
you've told
that
us.
designed what little is there. I would just appreciate it if you would go through that, find the litigation, and look at the videos. I understand that your lawyer said it's only a few hundred feet, but we all know what coming off a roof does. And it's lovely if someone wants to recapture the water, but you're not gonna recapture every drop of water. I'm going to capture it in my yard, as is Serena behind me, and Sullivan's on the other side of me, because we're capturing it now, and that's with engineering done, and it probably needs to be redone. And I don't feel like, I think somebody needs to, from the village, look at this whole thing in the rain, and also I've read the village water plan. It doesn't take into account any topography, it's a cut and paste from the state plan, and we're paying for this.
Yes.
I
And we
really
will-
don't
we-
have anything against
We
anybody having
understand your
lovely
concerns and we will take that heavily into consideration.
And I might add that their lot is very level, so if this water is not gonna come down and then continue to drain down, it's a level lot that they're on. I could see.
Where is it going to go then, if not downhill?
I think it's just gonna be absorbed in their yard, and they have that area where there's.
Then all
these
we're asking for
wetlands.
is for an engineer to verify that.
Yes, and ma'am, we
understand.
we understand and we are taking that into consideration. Is there anyone else like to say anything? I actually have a letter from someone who was just brought up. He's not able to attend the meeting today. He's a fireman. He's at a 9/11 memorial. It's Brian Foley, who he lives down the hill.
Yeah,
from,
Boulevard, I think. Yeah.
So he's at 13 Boulevard, Brian Foley. He had some concerns. Number one, he wanted to know what the purpose of the pavilion is. Two, why is it so big? He was concerned about the size. Three, where will the drainage go for the gutters or roof runoff or foundation footing drains? He says he has a lot of drainage issues on the boulevard houses below Lapani Lane already. And then number four, will they Airbnb the house and people be able to have big parties in the pavilion or catering events? And five, any restrictions on usage other than for private homeowner use?
Do you want us to answer this?
Yeah, if you want to
Did you read one
respond
first?
to any of
Did
them.
you read the first one again?
He was just asking, I think in general, he's looking for, discuss the drainage. He's asking about the purpose and use, how are you gonna use it?
Personal use, we're not planning to throw lavish parties. We don't currently Airbnb the house. We don't plan to Airbnb the house because it is where we live. And if I was gonna Airbnb anything, it would be bought for that purpose. So, you know, you have to take our word for it, but we have never Airbnb'd it, and we do not plan to. So it'll be just for our own personal use.
I don't know, I mean, he asked if any restrictions on usage. I don't believe many of you might know, there's no way to attach a,
It's restricted by the code already, so.
I mean, you can, our neighbors are here, they can tell you how often we have parties, which is almost never. So with their, you know, the yard is big enough, but
when you have this,
you know what, it's, I could tell you there'll be a graduation party for our daughter who's a senior at the high school, but that's about the only one.
And as for why it's so big, we're reclaiming it from another,
it's just
basically,
Yeah.
opportunity.
it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
That is why it's so big.
I mean,
Otherwise-
yeah, like the attorney said, you know, if it was, we had a plan for the property, we would have stayed within whatever the regulations are, and we would not be here for a variance. It presented itself. I understand, I'd probably have the same concerns, you know, but our history is we don't throw lavish parties now. We don't really plan to start. And I hear the drainage, like, we don't want to make it worse. Like, that is the one thing I came prepared to. So we want to capture it. I get it, we can't capture everything, but as much as we can fill in with vegetation, we will. Like, it's just going to be an organic process. I can't tell you we're going to plant 50 trees because I don't know that we're going to do that. But I'm not for taking more, like Kurt said, where we can. You know, we keep planting them. I've got some saplings that just started on our property. I plan to remove them somewhere else so they grow. So we don't want to make the drainage worse.
All right, so I think unless anybody else from the public wants to speak, the next step for the board would be to think about whether you want to refer this to the village engineer or not. If you vote on that and decide that you do, then I think you should leave the public hearing open. If not, you can decide if you're ready to close the public hearing.
I think it seems like a wise decision to refer the village engineer.
Yeah, I think so. So motion to refer to the village engineer.
Second.
Okay, so that's a motion to refer the application to the village engineer, then, just so everyone can hear. Okay. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just a question, when, I mean, this will obviously, just thinking of process, village engineer will look at this. I assume they would be back maybe the following meeting, or?
Presumably, yeah. I don't know exactly how much time the village engineer will need, but presumably, yes.
So he will come back with opinions on the impact of the proposal.
Yep.
And then you'll have the opportunity to, I mean, if they need to, like, just hypothetically, if he's saying this creates an issue, is there anything they can do to amend the site plan to kind of mitigate that?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, if the village engineer says there will be impacts, but you could fix it by adding some kind of drain, then, you know, they could pursue that. That's their prerogative, and come back to you and say, you know, we believe we complied with the village engineer's comments and eliminate
Can
that
they
issue.
kind of proactively propose, like, saying this is what's needed, but like a dry well or planting?
I mean, they could, but, you know, again, that's up to them. I don't know that they would want to without an engineer of their own. I don't know how effective that would be.
They need to officially submit it to the building department to do.
No. So you
come to the
you made the motion. It'll make its way to the village engineer, and the public hearing will be adjourned, and the applicant will presumably be back on the next agenda.
Okay. Makes sense. So the village engineer is gonna review the proposal, come back with commentary, and then we can take it from there. You can react to it. You can, maybe if you want to develop the proposal some more and have some ways to kind of work with his findings, we can consider those as well.
Do you know, is he gonna come to the property to inspect it, or he's just gonna look at the plans and?
That I don't know. That's up to his,
His prerogative?
yeah.
So we will see you next month, is what we're hearing. Okay.
All right, so do we have a motion to adjourn then?
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Item number 3. We have 363 Hudson Street. The applicant is seeking an area variance approval for the construction of a one-story addition to the detached single-family dwelling. The following area variances are requested from Article 3, Section 172-8C1 SR District Setback Requirement. The lot area is required of 15,000 feet. They are under, there's no, it's a non-conforming lot, so they have there's 5,000 square feet, 5,001 square feet. Existing, they're proposing no change, 5,001 square feet. Rear yard is required 30 feet. Existing 29.6 feet, and they're proposing 28.9 feet with the addition. The side yard setback is required to be 15 feet. Existing is 1.2 feet on the east, and they're proposing 2.5 feet at the west addition. Both side yard is required to have 35 feet. The existing is 23.7 feet, and I'm proposing 3.7 feet. It's required to be 100 feet. The existing is 50 feet, and they're proposing no change at 50 feet. Applicant like to introduce themselves?
Sure. My name is Andriana Walraven. I live at 363 Hudson Street. I bought the property a couple years ago. It was just me and my daughter. And while renovating it, I learned it was Otto Gowers. Learned of people stopping by telling me about a store or a car place. But over time, I met somebody. I've had another kid, and we need to make the place bigger. So it is currently right now at around 730 square feet. We are looking to add another 590 square feet, so 29 by 20. We looked at different areas to do this on the property. It is fairly small, we know, so that was the best spot to put it. It would be a living room, a third bedroom, and a bath. It would follow the same roof line that's already there, and the same overall structure around.
Sorry, I'm still getting my
Who's to your west? What's immediately to the west? What will the new addition above? What, the 2-foot property line? What's to the left of that, or to the?
A house. Yeah.
All right. Now the proposed addition is, right now you have a single story. only.
Yes.
The proposed addition is also one story?
Yes.
Was there any thought of going, like what,
Going
knowing that you've gotta go through all these variances?
Yes,
gotta-
I know.
To make this work, was there any thought of just going up?
So the house was built in 1895, and when I originally renovated it 2 years ago, the foundation's just not, it's not great. So we want to try going this way first. And if we have to, I mean, we were going to go back, but then the back didn't make sense. So the side was our best option for right now.
And going back in terms of just making sense,
Yeah.
is there any reason why?
So I don't know if you know the area over there. It's on Pleasant Lane. It's like that right of way. There's a big shed in the way. It would also be more same variances kinds of thing. The driveway's also back there. In the future, the plan would actually be to move the driveway onto Hudson Street up front. In the end, yeah.
What was, I'm sorry, I missed it. Going back, why couldn't you go back?
We could go back. There's a shed there. We park back there. That's where we park. So going back just wasn't the option right now. I mean, in the future, we'd like to move the driveway up to Hudson Street, but, you know, that's a whole other thing.
Excuse me, I'm with her.
The house has just been.
I'm sorry, could you just introduce yourself and address?
Oh, my name is Ricky Ahmadi, I'm her fiance. That house was just 100% remodeled. The whole roof lines have all been changed, beams in the house, further things, so for it to go back is pretty much impossible. She'd have to rip the whole roof off and redo the whole house. This is definitely the easiest way to keep the house so it looks uniform to what a house is. Once we get back, it would change all kinds of roof lines.
Do you have an elevation of the house or anything like that? Just trying to. There it is. I get, all right, so what you're saying is the existing home is part of the reason that it's sited the way it is. It's a pitched roof. You're basically just continuing.
Yeah, just continuing it over.
Same roof
Mhm,
lines.
same roof line, same.
So if you're gonna put it in, we're saying if you put it in the back of the house, it's.
She
creates a
would
problem,
basically
you'd
have to
redo
rip
your-
off everything she just did to the whole house, and the kitchen's in the back, and it would be pretty impossible, and I don't think we could get 500 feet going towards the back. There's sheds there, the driveway's there.
Manny, what's the side setback that's like 2.5 feet? Like, at what point does that start becoming an issue in terms of access? You know what I mean? Like, that one side that's gonna be 2 feet, is there, where does that become an issue for
It's
access?
an issue now, but it's an existing condition that is nothing you can do about.
Right.
And they not extending that or making that worse. That's gonna remain the same. And it is what it is.
That number, yeah, that's currently that's the number it is right now.
And we could do a firewall, right? Like a cinder block wall on that end or something.
For the addition, they'll have to do that because there's so-called gotta be fire-rated wall.
Right.
But for the existing on the other side,
No.
it just remains as it is.
But the new addition creates an issue on the other side.
And the code allows for them to build that close, but they have to do a fire-rated wall on that area.
The building code, that is.
The building
Yeah. And so that's really for you guys to think about and decide.
On that side, on the new side, the fire-rated wall, does that doesn't impact access to the property for emergency personnel or, I mean, to get,
It is tighter, yeah, it would, yeah.
Well, it's kind of unique because you have, your driveway is in the back of the house. And then Hudson Street is at the front. So I mean, if you know, the access is a problem, you can't go around the house on the yard, but if there's access from both sides, it's kind of a little bit.
That whole subdivision's kinda interesting back there.
Yeah.
It's all,
Yeah.
it's all non-conforming,
It's just-
the whole thing.
I don't know.
But if you mean for firefighting purposes, you're not gonna get a truck back there.
No, no.
regardless of whether this addition is there or not. or-
Yeah, no.
No, yeah.
But I mean, you can get, a fire truck can get down where their driveway is, right? I don't know what that's.
I don't know.
Wow, but last time I went there, it was very tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to be a special condition, probably they're just gonna stretch, what we call the courtyard.
It's right on
Hook it up on the truck on Hudson and extend the hose all the way to the back and
Yeah.
fire it that way, rather than bringing the truck back there and then get stuck. Most likely that's what they'll do, they'll use the courtyard and just bring it to the back. It's very dense back there, several houses, very tight.
I had my dump truck back there, so I mean, a smaller fire truck can get back there. One of your big ladder trucks might have a little bit of a problem getting back there.
So
For a dump truck.
I know in the past,
Axle back there, so.
the board has asked the fire department to take a look at the proposal, maybe not the zoning board, but the planning board. So that's something you could keep in mind too, is ask the fire department to take a look and weigh in if you're looking for their concerns.
Okay. Motion to open the public hearing, if anyone, or Second on that.
Second.
If anyone would like to offer any opinion?
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Dylan Mannion, I live at 367. I would be that affected house on the west.
Gotcha.
Cardinal directions are correct. The houses are very close as it is. My wife and I moved into the house in November of last year, and I think I'm just asking that the rules be followed. Like, if they want to do stuff, great, but the houses are very close as it is, and I don't really want to be able to reach into my neighbor's bedroom if I don't have to. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. I'll try to keep it that brief, but basically my opinion on it is, in conclusion, the houses are close enough, and that's where I stand on it.
Okay. And your house, I'm just looking at the site plan here, your house is pretty tight to
About 1 foot.
Yeah, like we're all like that.
I didn't put that fence in. Like I said, I didn't do anything since we just moved in November. So yeah.
So there's an existing fence there
There
between
is
your
a chain
properties?
link fence there, yep.
Yeah,
Between
I said,
now.
yeah, it sounds like it's chain link fence. It's
It's
not a
chain-
wooded
It doesn't
or,
run the whole length of the property line, but it's like directly on the line.
yeah, you have windows on that side of the property.
Yes, I do. My kitchen sits there, and I have a large window.
Actually, the one window, the addition should be, they should still be able to see out of that one window where the addition will meet their house, there. But if the fence was continued, they wouldn't even be able to walk around their house. That's why the fence was cut about 6 feet short, so whoever the neighbor
No, we
was.
would, yeah, we would do it. It'd be tight, it's tight, but we could have.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that a lot of these, anytime you get these very dense neighborhoods, it's a long skinny lot, and you put the house is sited close to one of the property lines and then far from the other, so if every house is like that, then you have a decent spacing between the homes.
Do you know if there are any other homes in the neighborhood that have such small setbacks on both sides?
His actually, on his lot, he does.
Do you know how many?
I don't know, but it's pretty tight.
4.2.
Yeah, his is tight.
But on the opposite side you're talking about?
Meaning like the other side of me,
The other side of him. So
other side of him.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So there's it sounds like there's a lot of homes that are close to one side of the property line.
Oh.
But are there any others that are close to both sides?
His house is, and then I don't know. I would imagine that entire back area back there it's really dense.
So one of the factors that the board has to look at when they make their decision is whether the requested variance will impact the character of the neighborhood. And sometimes what applicants do is they might bring in pictures or a video to show what the neighborhood looks like and how their request compares to what's existing. So, depending on what the board would like to see, if there are other houses that look like what you're proposing, it might be helpful for you to get some pictures and explain to the board.
Sure. I mean, Randazzo's is across the street. His is really close to his property lines. Everybody's is.
Yeah, just I don't know how familiar.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from like to offer an opinion? No? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, we have a letter. This is from Dr. John Healy. He lives at 3 Pleasant Lane, which is
Behind it.
at the rear. I write in respectful opposition to the variance application of Adriana Walraven regarding the property located at 363 Hudson Street. Specifically, I'm concerned about the proposed reduction of the side yard setback from the required 15 feet under section 172-8 of the Village Zoning Code to just 2.5 feet as outlined in the public notice dated September 11th. My primary concern lies with the very real and foreseeable impact on emergency access. Residences on Pleasant Lane, including my own, are uniquely situated behind the Hudson Street frontage. As is well established, fire crews and emergency services must stage on Hudson Street and run hoses, ladders, and other equipment between houses to reach our homes. Reducing the side yard setback to 2.5 feet would create a near impassable corridor, severely constraining access to these vital services. In a fire or other emergency, minutes matter, this variance would unnecessarily endanger the lives and property of multiple households. The zoning code setback requirements serve an important purpose, ensuring safe spacing between structures for health, safety, and welfare. Reducing a 15-foot requirement to 2.5 feet represents a substantial departure from that standard. Granting this variance could unintentionally undermine the very protections the code is designed to provide, while also setting a precedent for future applications that could similarly erode safety-based requirements. For these reasons, I respectfully urge the board to deny the requested variance. Thank you for your careful consideration of this matter and your continued service to the community.
With all due respect, there was a carport there forever. Like there was a structure in that spot that a fire truck would not be able to get through to their house.
Also, the yard
This
is
is on your
completely
yard?
fenced in.
There's
It was there until I got, and they took it down. So, I mean,
And the yard is fenced in, so unless they're gonna jump the fence when they go into the back, if we put the addition on, the fence would be removed. Actually, we might end up coming in and talking to Manny to see if we can put in access for the driveway in the front of the house.
Yeah,
But
I
if
said
if
that.
you were a firefighter going to the back, there's a road that goes back there. The fire truck would pull on that road back, and that's how they're gonna get the hoses to that house. I doubt they're gonna be jumping fences in the yard. But I mean, that, I guess the fire department should
Yeah, I
probably look
think
at that.
we're gonna ask for
Yeah, of course.
fire parts, so it's kind of pointless.
We're
to
definitely not
speculate.
trying to cause any safety issues for anybody's house or anything like that.
Just kind of issues aside from the access, the size of the addition, how, it's fairly large, just wondering what the floor plan is like, is there any possibility of either shifting location or making it smaller to kind of create a larger,
We could possibly maybe go 2 feet narrower from the side of the house and give 2 more feet. That's why I didn't have a complete engineered plan of the whole thing, because we wanted to see what we would be allowed to do, and then we'll have the whole thing completely.
yeah, and we're just running into the issue that the driveway's back there and the shed's back there. So it's hard to, do anything else.
Would you think that a proposed living room instead of 13 by 20, 13 by 18 would be still acceptable in a proposed bedroom? of 16
That
by
we could
20?
probably make that work.
Something to think
I
about.
think the
Something-
issue that they're coming up with is that the required 15, and it's 2 or 2.5.
Right, so then we give 7 if we.
Because
or,
that's extremely substantial.
yeah.
I mean, that's the issue that comes down, it's very substantial.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we took 2 feet off, you're saying?
So it's starting to think about maybe.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense to put an addition if there was more than 2 feet taken off of it. You know, if we went from 20 to 18, that's doable.
yeah, I mean, one of the factors we consider is the scale of the proposal. If if you're creating a variance as a large variance, I think in this case
So
it
that
is.
would give about 6 to 6.5 feet between the 2 houses, and we would just take the fence down, and God forbid the fire company needs to get through there, it'd be easier for them to get through there without the fence down and having 7 feet between the 2 yards than what they have to deal with right now.
It's also, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I assume you're able to go up a story. I don't know if that was considered at all.
Yeah, I was telling them, is
And
that the foundation
The foundation is stone. Half of the center beams in the house, like the floor is not even level because it's sitting on wood, on stones in there to level it out, so.
That's character.
And
Yeah.
literally, she just put the whole roof was just redone on the whole house. And I believe it has like 2x4 walls, so, I mean, you basically would have to knock the house down to go up another story.
The last thing I want to talk about right now is drainage, but any idea, any just consideration of the drainage? Is that, I mean, I know it's sort of sloping towards Hudson Street. I don't know if you have like sheet flow through the yard going to Hudson Street.
I mean, as hard as it's ever rained, there's no flooding or anything right there.
I'm just,
Sewer's right there, too.
right now, you have yard where you can have water go through. if you increase the size of it's basically creating a barrier that's putting it on your neighbor's house to one side and
Well, we could make the gutter come down in the center of the house, so basically the water would run off in the same spot that it is right now. So if the gutter runs from the side of the neighbor's house towards the existing addition, and the gutter spout comes down there, it's not gonna change any water flow.
then any impact to it's a yard, but any landscaping, any trees coming down?
Nothing.
There's nothing there.
No trees down after tonight also. We've had enough trees taken down in the village of Cornwall.
Yeah, what, on the plan, it says soil stockpile? Is that just a,
It was
Well,
just
we
where,
we had to put that in there. What I would do is I'd
Just
bring a dump truck in there, like a 1-ton dump truck, and as I was digging the foundation, I would just put the material in there. And,
it's what it says it is, just a.
I do
soil
excavation,
stockpile.
as a living, so I sell material.
Okay, any additional driveway going in here? It's just,
As of right now, no, but I mean, if the town would like us, especially as access, we could always apply for a permit to put a driveway into the front of the house off of Hudson Street, which basically the only thing it would be, a little curb cut and, a piece of concrete from the curb to the sidewalk
Where do you park now?
in the back.
so it's in the back. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Is it,
See,
it's that,
it's
it's
on
that
here
piece
now.
of, it's that driveway looking
Yes.
cut in.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's-
we're all jigsawed back there, and we really do want to move it to Hudson Street.
Everybody has to
Eventually.
back in other people's driveway, like whoever designed that really, they didn't, I mean, there's no place to push snow, anything back there, really.
And with the addition put here, would you still, where would you park? Would it change where you park?
No.
No, it'd be still in the same spot.
Same spot.
Unless, you
Unless you
guys
did the-
advise us to come in from the front off of Hudson and put that would make it easier for the fire trucks to get in and out of there as
Yeah,
well.
the back.
wise to get an opinion from the fire department? Just as to access and how this might affect
Yeah, I
it.
think I'd be interested in seeing other properties,
Yeah,
the
I think it's
character of the
just-
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think it's time to do that too.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna request some information from the fire department.
Okay.
So I'm gonna motion to adjourn till next meeting to get an opinion on access.
Yeah.
Fire department.
And so I guess the other question too is you had raised the possibility of reducing it by 2 feet. Do you want the applicant to present that at the next meeting?
The access is one thing. I think we all, regardless, we have some concerns that it's just making this neighborhood really, really tight.
Do we have to change the plan for that, or can we just try to get this passed, and then if they tell us 18 feet, I'll have, the whole plan done by an engineer?
We would like to see, I mean, you don't have to work out the interior plan for us,
Okay,
for yourself, but we just need to see it in terms of the site plan.
okay.
So, I mean, I think it's really tight there. I think it's kind of
Yeah,
problematic.
I'll drive
Yeah,
around
that's cool. We can do that.
drive around the neighborhoods and see what else is, like
And
that.
if you can kind of explore any other possibilities of making that kind of substantially
There's really not.
Mm,
less wide. Or, I know you put a new roof on, but
I know.
No, new roof, a beam to hold the roof, all
I-
walls, a
I
kitchen, like it's not, she would have just wasted a ton of money on an addition. That would have to be all ripped apart to redo it. This is basically would go right on the side of it, one hole through the wall going into it, and it's,
I think
No, I
it's,
think
the-
we
I think
understand.
it's focusing on the small setback side, you know what I mean, and just focus on that. There's, obviously, clearly, there's nothing you can do to the existing,
Yeah.
and we're not here to,
Yeah.
talk about that. I think it's probably thinking about that other piece that kind of really creates,
Okay.
I think the issue that you're gonna hear from your neighbors is there some more room, kind of gap there? You have a letter saying the same thing, and you probably have a.
I mean, I think
whatever.
about those people back there anyway. How the fire truck would have to go back there to get the 2 other houses if they wanted to anyway.
I'd be less. I think the fire, well,
The
obviously,
fire
it's
truck can
less
get
about
back there.
that.
He
I think
might
it's-
have to turn on the front of someone's lawn to make the turn, but if their house is on fire, I don't think they're gonna be worried
I
about
think
them
it's
going
probably
on
less
their
about
grass.
that. It's more about.
Is it in
Okay, so
Is
we're
that
doing.
to
You're having the fire department look at this, or what do we do?
The fire department we're gonna
Okay, and I'll have Bob. make
motion
this
to adjourn to the
map
next
different.
meeting, to the
Okay.
fire department, take a look at it.
Okay.
They'll provide an opinion.
But also,
review this,
is it
provide an opinion,
injurious?
And we'll take that into
To the-
their
to
opinion
the-
into
to the
consideration
neighbor.
with all the other factors that we were just discussing.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, if there's any, if you wanna modify your proposal or kinda
Okay, we'll
create
look,
some.
relook at it.
Thank
and see
you.
what we can do, so.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Motion to adjourn, to the next meeting and, seek counsel from,
Yep.
fire.
I move. I still move.
Kicking the can down the road. Okay, our final item, now, Jonathan, how, do we have to,
Sure. So,
leave?
as I mentioned before, my firm has previously represented the applicant, and because of that, there's a conflict of interest, so I can't represent either the board or the applicant. So I'm gonna just hang out in the back and listen in, but I won't be able to provide any advice or answer any questions.
Okay. So we're gonna introduce the final applicant, 195 Hudson Street. The applicant is seeking approval to change a non-conforming use to another non-conforming use under the provisions of Article 8, Section 172-53. They are seeking discontinuance of the existing non-conforming food storage and distribution warehouse and to permit the change, maintenance, and use of light manufacturing of handcrafted natural ingredients, skincare, and household products. Just before we begin, as Jonathan said, his firm has represented the applicant before, so there's a conflict of interest, so he can't participate as the village attorney for this. So we're working on getting another counsel to provide that service. So we are going to hear the application today. We're not gonna be able to provide a decision, unfortunately. So we'll go through the full procedure, but we can't render a verdict, basically, render a decision. So if the applicant would like to introduce themselves, and their proposal.
Do you have any idea when you'll be able to review that with the attorney?
It would be the next meeting, which would be a month from now.
Okay, hi, I'm Sally. Sally Austin. I have 3 children here in Cornwall. I live here, and we are just working.
If you just state your address, full name and address.
Okay, sure. I live 8 Cherry Hill Road, over in the town of Cornwall. I own Sally Ander Soaps, over in Beacon, and trying to grow and expand, and found this awesome property right in the village, super convenient for for obviously me, and much larger than what we have now. So our business is doing well. So basically what we're trying to do is operate in this space. The space is currently non-conforming, and the food bank was in it where there was, several delivery trucks in and out every day, lots of employees. It was a much more active site than what we are proposing to use it under. Our non-conforming use would be, a lot less. We would have less deliveries, less pickups, and that's really what we were here trying to, argue or talk about was the fact that we would be able to change the use to another non-conforming since it's already non-conforming currently. And, you know, that's really what we were looking to do. I'm very active in the community, just wanting to bring our family business from Beacon here, relocate to the village here.
Yeah, and I'm Jim Craig, and I'm the building owner. So I bought the building from the food bank when they announced that they were building their new building. They were my tenant for a couple of years. So the building's kind of split into two spaces. I occupy what I call the upstairs now, the Hudson Street portion, across from Village Pizza, for my business, over-the-counter pharmaceutical warehousing and our offices. And the building right now is approved for office and warehouse space and that food bank space. The building itself predates any zoning laws, obviously, because it's right up on Hudson Street, and there's no way that anybody would allow that to be built today, but it is there. So just basically for a building that size, it doesn't really fit into a lot of the things that the central business district zoning, that it's in that zoning. So really to have the best use of the building, you need to have a non-conforming use the way the zoning code is now, as it currently stands. So I'm gonna keep my business there. I live at 27 Grandview Avenue in the village, so village resident. I employ, you know, local people who live in Cornwall and New Windsor. Among other places, Sally also employs local residents and lives locally in Cornwall. So two second-generation business owners who want to continue to occupy the building and run our businesses there and be an asset to the community.
Just kind of some logistics, where in the building are you proposing to use space? Is it the side closest to Payson, or?
So if you see where I submitted, he has the building that's closest to Hudson, and then I'm just behind that building. There's another building. They're two separate buildings.
So both, it's two levels
Goes
basically.
to the rear of the parking lot.
So the parking lot, but from side to side, from Payson all the way.
Okay.
Over to the other, right. And I'm side to side as well, just on Hudson Street. So my front entrance is on Hudson. Her front entrance would be the old food bank front entrance.
Which came in from the parking lot.
Came in from the parking lot, yep.
So let's
So
see.
no exterior changes to the building, parking lot, anything. Just, it's simply because the zoning doesn't allow for basically what that building is built for. It's just allowing changing from one non-conforming use to another non-conforming use. No exterior changes, no site plan, you know, all of that. Just allowing the tenancy.
And a lot less intrusive than what.
Less traffic,
less traffic than it was
shorter
currently.
hours,
Yeah.
fewer employees, fewer deliveries. The food bank had, 4 or 5 trucks parked back there that they were loading up at, very early in the morning. Sally's gonna get, the FedEx truck coming once a day.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused because I did use them as our lawyer, but, I presented this and talked to everybody about this for many months. I've been talking to Manny, I think, since, May? So I don't know why I guess I'm here because I really do need a decision tonight. It's super important for me. Yeah, I mean, I have my.
Conflict of, it was just kind of, we just found out about it. Also,
Right. I mean,
so-
December is when my lease is up where I'm in Beacon, so I'm kind of desperate.
Yeah.
I need an answer tonight or I'm not going to be able to make it happen. And I mean, I'm not like that, but this is just a extenuating circumstance. And, John first at the Katona,
CMMA,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't speak
Manny?
with him. He helped me with Gym Kids.
What's the building approved? I mean, what would not require a variance? I mean, so it's currently non-conforming. If anything else would go in there, what doesn't require a variance in the CBS?
It's not a variance, it's just adding an additional non-conforming
Not
use.
additional non-conforming. So what's a conforming
You
use?
have a
Not a-
commercial use other than warehousing or light manufacturing or any type of manufacturing, that would require a variance. Any other like office use, somebody wanna use.
Yeah, I used the wrong term, not variance, but so it's going from one non-conforming use to another non-conforming use. What's an example of a conforming use of this building?
A conforming use would be an office.
Just strictly office.
Office, restaurant,
Restaurant or
dance studio.
Yeah, there's a
The
whole
the
list.
space is just not, that's not a good use of the space because,
There's loading
downstairs
docks.
has over 20,000 square feet and,
Loading docks.
yeah. And loading docks and, it's just, the
So
building
so like
predates zoning.
A restaurant that would be a nightclub could go in there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Host
yes.
raves in that
Hairdressers.
20,000 square feet.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to find a category because there's so many so close to us, but we're just an artisan manufacturing.
Yep.
You know, it's perfect for us. So I'm just really hopeful I could get an answer tonight. I'm very frustrated. But I brought you guys soap.
Can't accept it. We can't accept it.
It's under $10.
Okay.
What is,
Wholesale.
what kind of activities are you gonna, is there gonna be manufacturing, assembly?
Yep, so it's just artisan manufacturing of natural skincare soaps. I mean, we've been doing this since 1982. We've been renting in Beacon for 12 years with no issues from our neighbors, our landlords. My parents started the business in our garage, in our house up in Manetto, and we were there until we bought the train station down the street. We were there for 25 years. No issues. I mean,
And
we
the
keep our
soap
nose
is
clean.
made in
Olive oil.
essentially on a hot plate to just heat the olive oil, and you heat it
With
to
the blender.
what temperature?
Yeah, the
To
blender.
what temperature do you heat it to?
Like 80 degrees.
80 degrees. So
Yeah.
certainly lower than any kitchen's going to use in the restaurant, or lower temperature they're going to use your kitchen at home. The building is fully sprinklered, so you know, a very light use, but just it is technically
They're
converting
companies,
material. So
what are they? Where do they come from?
Yep, they're all organic, all natural. There's no artificial dyes or colors or fragrances. All of the scents dissipate instantly when the air with fresh air.
So,
Oh.
I'm Sally's husband. I just want to say one thing, as what just happened here with the conflict of interest, just as a precedent. We had just recently tried to move to another building in the town. We went through that entire process and it was a special permit was granted. So the
It was
due
a change
diligence
of
that the
use.
town did
Change of use was
with
granted.
regards to what the use was going to be was gym kids. It turned out that it didn't fit us properly, but the reason why we went through there is because we went through that process with John first, and that was granted. It just didn't work out commercially for us. I just wanted to say that we did go through this process.
Right, and we
with
were
the town,
approved.
and now we're
We had
here.
all the environment,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. A motion to open public commentary.
I move.
If anyone has any opinion.
Patricia Larkin. I've lived in the village for the last 50 years. And the Lightron building, when we came down here, it was a commercial building and where they actually made lights and everything else. And the trucks going in and out were excessive, but we all survived, and I raised 5 kids right down the block and had no problem with it whatsoever. The food bank, we definitely, there's no question in my mind, I love the food bank. The trucks going in and out was stupendous, but we survived. Sally's business, I've been over to the place in Beacon. They do not have the commercial trucks coming in and out like the food bank did, no way. And I would say it's a soft business, probably a term that she hasn't used, but it definitely is all manufactured there, and there is not a lot of commercial stuff going on.
Yes.
Lois Raymond, 7 Payson Road. I know Sally, she actually has a shop on Main Street if you want to go and check it out. You're right, we moved in when Latron was there.
That's
We've
not
been
a
there.
problem. That's not a problem, our business.
What?
Our business is not a problem.
No, yeah, it's totally not a problem. I actually watched the, when you were going through the town, I actually watched that process, because sometimes I want to know what the town is doing. And hearing all of the things that she was doing with the size of trucks, the amount of trucks and whatever, totally for it.
You live on Basin. And you live right on Basin.
I can see it from my house. Yeah.
I
I
just
live on-
want to say, I also lived there for 50 years, and had the food bank there at my doorstep every day. But now I am very disappointed that they were able to put in a see-through fence, and my whole property is like I'm living in the garage now.
there are 100 cars in the parking lot tonight. And we see every car, and the trucks or cars coming in and out. I can't believe they put up a see-through fence. The front of the fence is gorgeous on Payson Road, right? A beautiful fence. And then, where did that fence come from there without considering any of the neighbors that are bordering? I mean, I'm there 50 years, we never come here and say anything, where everything's fine, even though they had trucks and whatever, we're used to it. We had a wooden fence, we never saw what happened behind that fence. And now I have 4 grandchildren that come every day, girls in the backyard, and these trucks or cars coming in and out with men, I don't know who they are. So that's my one thing about that. I have nothing to do with you, you can come in.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think
more, yeah,
that
that's more a
something should be
comment
done
for
about, they
Jim.
should be supplying us. I have to go out and buy bushes and whatever now to block off that whole, you know how many feet that is? From one street to the other street it runs, my yard.
Yeah, she's right against the food bank.
Maybe
You
the
know,
food bank could come and put in the bushes. That's all.
I live on Avenue A. I'm Jackie McVeigh. I'm friends with Sally. I live right next to Cumberland Farms. I go there every morning. I'm a nurse. I go to work very early in the morning. There's a lot of trucks coming in and out of there every morning to deliver. I can't get in to get gas. I can't get in to get coffee. And I know Sally, my daughter, works at her factory in Beacon. And the amount of trucks that go into there daily are way less than what comes into Cumberland Farms right at the end of my road where I live. My mother-in-law, as she said, lives on Payson, and she would be seeing this up close and personal, and she knows that there's less traffic coming in and out of there than what comes into right now, what we have right now at Cumberland Farms. Sally has a business right on Main Street. I know that a lot of people's kids go to Cornwall, they know Sally, they know her kids, they know her product. And I don't think that having that coming into the food pantry building would be an issue to anybody that lives here in the village.
Great.
Yes.
Jen McGurk, family friend, but I also work at the Cornwall store. And if I could just add a different perspective on the view, by allowing the actual maker to be in the area that she's selling the product, and yes, they sell it on the internet, around other places, but you get, and I'm the seller, you get West Point families, you get hikers, you get Manhattan people coming up from weddings, Storm King. They come in, you're keeping it local. You're not just having a storefront uptown that's selling it. I'm able to say, we're downtown, we're making it local too. So you're making it and you're selling it. It's only a win-win for Cornwall.
I think that's like the biggest thing is that we're really trying to bring Cornwall something cool and fun and different. And also, like, I employ lots of high school kids in Beacon, but also from the village, from around here, from my kids' friends. And I think it'd be a really cool thing for our community to have a local manufacturer of really great, high quality skincare. And it's a perfect spot for our business.
Kind of piggybacking off of the previous comments, but Mark Raymond, Avenue A, I've lived here for over 40 years. I think that's their vision is to bring it all into Cornwall. They're local people that came here, have a store, kids, Jan's a coach, everything Cornwall. So
And I hope that-
it's a no-brainer.
I hope that everybody can take into consideration, like Sally said, she does need to move out of Beacon before December, and I think there was a little lag because they were going to move into Gym Kids, but that didn't work for the company. So now time has come, she does need to get in, she needs to get into the community, she needs to get into that building, and if there's nothing stopping, there's nothing changing in the building, me as a resident, I don't see why it couldn't be passed to have her, let her move in. Why would we lose that opportunity to have that family business who's already in Cornwall, stay in Cornwall?
And let me just say, knowing that she's an established business, we know she's staying around, which benefits us on Payson Road. To know that in 3 years, it's not gonna go belly up like so many things on Main Street. She's gonna be here. And we don't have to worry about who is moving in next. That's
don't-
important to us.
You don't see a 40-year established business looking to move to Cornwall. It doesn't happen.
Don't give this opportunity to another town.
Yeah, definitely.
My name's Bernadette O'Keefe, and I'm a resident of Payson Road also, I'm 35. And I've lived there for 50 years, so I've seen the lighting plant and the food bank, and I'd be much like having her on our block.
We might even work for her.
All of us.
Let's go.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any concerns?
I don't have any issues.
Kevin, what do you?
I guess, well, just so my understanding, and Manny or John, I don't even know if you can say anything here. Like, what's the technicality of why we can't decide on this tonight?
You can, unless you feel like you need legal representation or you have any legal questions about the subject, you can make a decision if you wish. But if you think you need some legal action,
But you're, yeah, I think
So we
you
can make a decision.
And you addressed my concern in this earlier. I mean, it goes from one non-conforming use to another.
Can't hear you.
So Manny addressed, you addressed my concern earlier on that, and that was that we're moving from one non-conforming use to another, and that's the basis of this action.
that is correct, and our zoning code allows for that, as long as you can determine that that new non-conforming use is less intrusive than
I
the
think we've
previous.
established that.
Definitely, yeah.
I think we've established that.
And then if you look on the application that I gave you, on page 7, there's some criteria there that you can look at and determine whether the applicant meets those criteria, and if he does, then you should be able to approve it if you wish.
Right. Can I make a motion to approve?
However, if you're gonna go forward, there's a couple of things you need to do. One of those is determine that this action is a type 2 action in secret. You also have to declare yourself as lead agency, and then you can make a decision. And you open the public hearing, so you can.
I'd like to motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
And then motion to have a quick executive session.
Okay.
And Mr. Carmona, if you would just step out.
Sorry.
Just so you
Went in front of the chair.
we went and met with Jim King in June, and he gave us to Manny, and, you know, so we've been working with Manny on this, so, yeah. Just so you guys know the backstory.
That's for the big guy.
Just hang in there, Sally. And Jen was good.
That last bit there.
Huh? Yes.
That's open the bags up and let the
No, don't do that.
Yeah, you're
Don't do
gonna
that.
need to be doing that not for a long time too.
Don't do that. Because then they'll go, what are you gonna do to them?
Yeah. Is there air filtration happening?
Yeah.
Good genes. God bless you.
Could you imagine just coming upon that?
And that's
Well, clearly we have folk ready to go. Can you talk everybody else into it?
I got mad.
Despite the fact that we are
Oh, you
the mics and everything, it's still recording, so.
Oh, so everybody knows.
So.
I think I got
You
mad.
got that.
All right, well, be careful going on. Do the microphones not work?
Okay, well, microphones, they do not work for your benefit. They're working for the camera and the student
Because you
benefit.
couldn't hear them up there.
Yeah, you can't hear them from here.
And people up here didn't.
Well,
They're sitting far from them.
Yeah, it doesn't amplify in here, it just.
Careful getting out to your car. Lucille, you want Jen to walk with you? Lucille. Costanza. She's immediately behind the fence. She's the first house on the left-hand side.
She's on Mason.
Right.
Huh?
All of these are changed.
Oh, no, anyway. No, she
One
didn't.
is-
Yeah.
That was
like, I don't know, I feel like I said, Mom, I should say something.
I got a call too.
I wish you would have seen it.
That's it, Matt.
You got a brand
Monday.
new electric
Monday.
scooter, brand new first part. Just had it borrowed forever.
Let's hope.
Do you have any drainage issues on your property? Do you have any drainage issues on your property?
Well, anything they want to say today.
Hey, Jim,
Oh, yeah,
what
actually.
about the drainage on the property, your parents' property?
Do we have to bring anything up here? Who's gonna come to blows
I was
here?
thinking of, we were talking about the water, thinking of the Festus.
And I'm sorry that I couldn't,
Before
like, I
Festus
still
kept
felt
flooding
like,
it
okay,
forever.
Nobody
and
put
ever.
up trees, your dad put trees up, so it's totally fine.
but he was,
Hi,
it was
Jen.
like,
I
it
live
was right in
right
the
here.
middle of River Road,
Okay.
so it was like.
Okay.
I'm her sister with a regular school.
No, she was on the electric, I think it was electric, yeah, and there was somebody else with him who had the helmet on. And I was with them because Kaden was like the last one other kid in this like little gang.
My partner said we needed her to come with us because I don't know how to order. We got so much.
I'm yelling at them. I think it's on the handlebars.
Yes, motion to come out of executive session.
Seconded.
Is this the right one?
So, yeah.
This is not the right one. Someone have it?
It's in here.
What do I read? We can just introduce it.
Yeah.
We are introducing the letter from the Orange County Department of Planning. The county reply, it's the mandatory review of local planning action as per New York State General Municipal Law, Section 239-1. The proposed action, use variance for change of use from one main non-conforming use to a second non-conforming use. The reason for county review is it's within 500 feet of New York State Route 218. The planning department has reviewed the submitted materials, and they have determined that it's a local determination, meaning that of type 2 secret. Meaning we can render an opinion. They're delegating us the ability to render an opinion.
So we'll move that we.
So we move to render an opinion under type 2 secret.
Second.
Make a motion to become the lead agency.
I'll second.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve
Changing.
Second.
Aye.
Luck.
This application is in compliance with section 17253 and it meets all of the requirements.
Thank you, man.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All right, we have to approve minutes too.
Yes, we do. Robin's been waiting the whole time. Your time to shine.
Yeah.
Does anyone have them?
I had to wait.
Have the minutes.
Pile.
But it was better than
I have
last
them in my,
time, wasn't
I had them on my phone.
it? Last time, the minutes. Because you didn't meet again, so I didn't get them
Been a
done.
long time.
Steve. Steve. Mr. Fogarty.
Steve.
Steve.
Because we can never get, who is it? Jen, and well,
Would you?
Actually, we just need 3 people.
You know what, if you watch the video, then you can have an opinion on it, I think, as
Has
a,
everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Yes.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve minutes.
Seconded.
I vote to approve the minutes.
no, Steve was there at that one too,
We
right?
can ask it.
Vote to approve the minutes.
There we go.
Obviously, this is.
No.
Then you have to motion.
They get very angry. Motion to adjourn? Yes, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 8:46.
Right, yeah, I know.
Number 11.
So ridiculous. And I don't know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
They were mailed the day that I got the notice of hearing. So, and they also, you know, like I live down on Taft. I get my mail on Saturday.
I think we gotta leave them here.
On like 8 o'clock, at like 8 o'clock.
My mom said the same thing. She said her mail
It's like bizarre, and like we
Oh,
get
right,
stuff out
right.
of the post office sometimes, of stuff that we mailed out, it'll say like, even like the water department does. Like that address, undeliverable.
Just cleaning up my,
Google Maps.
cleaning up my,
Box. It's there, it's the post office.
I agree.
You got it delivered to her address.
That pressure.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to Beacon, tell Kathleen,
Right.
refill.
Do we have low cost?
Thank you.